You guys ready? Check it out. I am very, very excited with how this is coming out. Okay, it is insane. It's been a really fun process, and it's crazy to think that this right here, this is like a rough estimate of where we're at, guys. Obviously, we don't have tax, shipping included, and obviously tech. I want you guys to ignore the tech fee, right? Realistically, ignore that. All right, actually, we should erase that because you guys will be building this yourself. You'll be working on it. So tax and ship, make sure you add it. But this is insane. Okay, this 5 years ago, if GSB made it, and you were to do all this stuff, guys, easily, you added another $600 on it. You're looking at $1,200 easy. Not even close. Okay, so it's amazing to see how far 5K has come and where we're at right now, and I'm here for it. Now, do we have a lot of work to do? Yes. Do we still? Did I have to do a lot of work? Yes. Do I still have more work to do? Yes. But I can't complain for $183 for this conversion kit and then $114 on this metal grip. It's insane. You're saving $100 here. You're saving like $300 here if this was done by another company. Okay. The grip has two issues. Okay. One, it's tight on the front. You can see it right here. Okay. Doesn't like Wii mags, I'd probably say. Anything that's kind of extra meat on the front. And I'm gonna have to talk to the customer, but this is also something for you to be mindful of, okay? Because if you have a tech do the work, it's just extra hours. But if you're gonna do the work, you're fine. You got this, and I'm gonna try to show him what he can do to do it himself, so I don't have to do the work. Because it takes a while. The other issue is that in the leaf spring, okay. The leaf spring is not, if they cut the gap too big where the leaf spring sits, okay? So this my right finger is the leaf spring, right? This is the gap where it goes into the grip, right? Usually they're like this, so it's a nice tight fit and it's at the right height. 5KU unfortunately cut it a little bit too big, so it's got space to go up and down. You need to shim it underneath. Okay, remember, this is just for 5KU grip. And then make sure that leaf spring is sitting at the top of it. So shim it, hard plastic, you can super glue it to the leaf spring, whatever you need to do. You can do aluminum, soda cans, whatever you got. Okay, just shim it up. Make sure your grip is nice and flush across the board, especially back here. If this is lower, whatever grip you have and it's lower, that leaf spring, right hand is leaf spring, left hand is sear. Okay, usually good placement will sit right here. Middle finger is right here, right? The middle spring. I'm not flicking you guys off. All right, the left one and then the right one, right? This one is the one that matters for the sear. Okay, if you have space between your grip and your frame, it's going to be sitting on the edge like this. And then if it's not, like if they machined it too much and it can kind of go up and down, what happens is it slips and it sits underneath, and then you got your hammer won't lock back. Okay, so make sure this area is nice and tight. Make sure your leaf spring is nice and high and it sits on that sear at a good spot. You should have, like, Jesus, whatever. My brain is mush, but it should be sitting on that sear. Good enough. Not at the edge. Remember, because it goes up and down, okay? It needs to be sitting there, like maybe not halfway there, but enough. Okay? And you'll know if you have the problem. If the hammer doesn't go down, your leaf spring is slipping, okay? So, leaf spring, I probably say, hey, do some shimming. Easy, it's an easy fix. Now, the tightness, okay, this takes a while. Either A, you can, if you are going to dedicate certain mags to this platform only, easiest route is to sand the face. Okay, it's the easiest. You don't need to do too much. You can literally see, because I've been putting it in here and I've been trying to dry fire. Now I want to shoot it with BBs. Okay, so that's what we're going to do on camera. But you can see it. Okay, so I asked him, I said, hey, and I asked him in the beginning what he had. I think he's got a mixture, but now I need to know the exact numbers. I need to know if he's got 5 TM, 2 Wii, or if he's got 5 Wii, 2 TM. If he's got 5 Wii at that point, it's going to be better for him to do this sanding inside. It's not worth for him to pay me that time. It's just not. It's an easy thing, but it's just tedious. It takes a while. So I don't know where it is. I gotta go find it. I rarely have to use this tool. The UAC was the worst one ever, and I've had to do it on some other grips where I have had to sand the inside because the customer had too many different types of mags. Okay, so TM goes into a problem. Okay, we, however, it starts getting tight like right around here. You can feel it, and you'll know if you have the tight magazine problem. Okay, so that is something that he and I will figure out together. I usually think this is not worth it for me to do it, because, you know, especially like with my tech fees guys, I think I charge a fair price actually, and I know stores that will charge my price or higher, and they don't even have anywhere near the skill level as me. And you know, so there's no arguments or discussion about that. Mine's fair. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. I don't have a problem with that at all. All right, listen up. So we need the trigger, the bow. I want to change the grip screw to black. I think we got some nice balance in here. Okay, we got some black, silver. So we counter this silver by putting that black on here. And if he wants to change it though, that's okay, because this, you know, this magwell is 20 bucks. And he doesn't need it. He has that silver magwell. But I was trying to break it up aesthetically. Once he figures out the length of his fingers, I'll choose the right trigger for him. And you can see the inner barrel. So let's talk about the inner barrel. Then we'll talk about everything else. Inner barrel, this is a true 155. The reason I say true 155, because HGI did it himself, okay? He actually is measured from front to end 155. A lot of these companies out here, guys, that say 7-inch, 6-inch, 5-inch, 4-inch, if you actually measure them, the guys, most of them are off. They're like, you know, I can't tell you how many companies I bought for a TM high cap of 5.1, and some are like 113, 112, 111, 112.5, 113.4, 115. They all, it's a shit show. So with it one being 155 and sticking out, it's like, ah, shit. It's like, if we want to reach the max and eke out every bit of power we can from this, we're gonna need like a 152 to be safe. You could do a 153, but I would say, realistically speaking, if you ever drop it, the crown you must protect. You do not want to damage the crown or any of this kind of stuff. Okay, it's important. All right, so 152 is what I do, and finding a 152 is gonna be weird. That's just not a normal number. So that's something we'll have to talk about now. We're gonna have to talk about, hey, do we want to order a custom inner barrel? I was thinking about Lambda, but I just went on Lambda. It's like 60 bucks. It's 60 bucks to get, and that's not even including shipping or anything. So I don't know what we're gonna do now, unfortunately. Technically speaking, he could run this, but I would advise against it. It's not something I'd ever do. So inner barrel, we got some work to do. Okay, bucking, we're using. I've been testing it on the side behind the scenes. I just didn't do a video on it. I didn't know how to do a video on it, but I've been using Mr. Hopup. I forget what the name it is. I love them. I like it already. I love the new system they have, and to me, they're the best in the buckings. They've been doing buckings for a very long time, and I've loved the Decepticon or Autobots. I forget which one it was. Guys, I must have sold over 100, 200 of them in my life, right? And I'm not even a store, okay? That's all the bills I did, or guys would come over to my house. I was buying them left and right. So I'm probably going to stock up on those buckings because they're my favorite right now. I love them, and I don't care to try anybody else because they're just that good. Now, Hopup unit took some work, okay? But it is nice and tight, and I'd rather have a tight slide to frame, tight Hopup unit to frame, a tight, you know, like for example, we still have to do hammer work, but I got it enough to shoot, and it's good, and it's getting there. And once we get the adjustable trigger and the trigger bow, oh man, we're doing good. We're on track. So that's good. Next thing we have to do is work on the blowback unit. the 5K blowback unit, no go. I will do a separate video on that. I don't like it, and we got some figuring out to do with it. That piston is so short. The O-ring was too small, just bled all the gas. And I think the piston is just a weird length, to be honest. This is Cal. This one is a little too tight though. Okay, so now I have to play around with the O-ring, and I think we're gonna have some. Cause I want to test the FPS. This is 120 psi. 120 psi. Okay. We're probably going to be shooting close to 400, but once again, we're not using the center barrel. We just can't. But it tells me that we can easily achieve this kind of 400 FPS, no problem. Okay, it is good. Okay, this is just, oh man, it's crazy. Let's shoot it. I'm excited to shoot it. Let's get some numbers on here. These are 2 O's. Okay, 2 O's. These are the shitty Colt 2 O's. And you guys will see how tight it is in here. Okay. Okay. And we are in. Magazine release, guys. If you don't like this one is incredibly light. Go ahead and switch it out for a TMOE one. Just switch it out. The spring is incredibly light. Okay, I think we're in. We're gonna tilt it a little bit. Make sure we're shooting straight. Let's back up a little bit. Oh shit, 410. Okay, it'll probably go down. We gotta. What are we on, huh? Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we're empty. We got blowback units. We got some work to do. Okay, let's see let's just dry fire a little bit. Okay, let me make sure it's empty. Okay. Man, look how tight that is. Okay, what do we have? We got, okay, so this needs to be Loctited. I'm going to take this out now. Okay, I don't want to ruin this anymore. So we shot about maybe 40 shots to see where we're at. You guys can see that the outer barrel, okay, remember, you can see it's making some marks here. That's going to be normal. Wow. This is just so, I can't get over how cool this is, guys. This is just insane. Okay, so we got about maybe like 50 dry shots, about 30 BBs to see the numbers. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so max is 408 to 383. These are shitty. That's a shitty spread on PSI. Okay, so the blowback unit, I gotta do some work on it. Could also be the loading nozzle. I mean, it is a $5 loading nozzle. Guys, keep in mind, this is budget, okay? We're doing budget stuff. Oh man, that's funny. So maybe for budgets, it's not bad, but I'm gonna check the blowback in. It was seemed a little too tight. Okay, so we had a little pocket of 380s right here. 24. I want to get this down to at least 10, 11. That would be nice. Average is 394. So, okay, obviously with this setup, guys, this is too strong. It's way too strong. But if he's going to use green gas propane, he's going to shoot over that, especially on a hot day. If he's using HPA, he's gonna have to go down to like 110 psi. If he gets spot checked and he's poking any of the 410s, 408s, he's gonna get in trouble. So we have to be careful. But the reality is we have to get a smaller inner barrel, and I'm hoping we'll get it in steel. We'll get a steel one that maybe we can find one that's like maybe I can look online. If we can find one that's 150, I think that's fine. That's like 150 is fine. So we're gonna do some digging. We'll find the inner barrel. We'll get the trigger. Once I get his measurements, he's got the Airsoft Masterpiece trigger bow. By the way, that's already calculated in here. So if you guys wanted to go even further in budget, you can. You can drop this project down so much. That's what's crazy about this. We don't need an aluminum grip, but that's what we're, aluminum grip is swag, and that's what we're adding on it. We're making this stand out. It's just, I'm liking this so much. It grew on me, and I gotta make sure he's cool with the manual, right? This video I'm going to send to him. The other one is just too long. He's a working man, and I can't have him watch a 1 hour video. That's just stupid. So I'll have him watch this video. Once we get the trigger bow, we're gonna finish off the hammer assembly, fine tune it. I need to do work on the blowback unit. We got some issues there. I don't like those numbers, but I don't know if we're limited by what we have too. Like, are those numbers acceptable? In essence, they are, guys. That's, it's okay, but for me, not acceptable. We're gonna get it down. We'll change the setup here. Okay, if it's the loading nozzle, I do have Cal blue note. I actually like the Cal blue nozzles, so maybe we'll change. I'm looking at my setup over there. We'll change. We could play around, but okay, this is just extremely fun. This is the first 5K build we have here, like actually functioning, working. You can see did you guys hear the first couple shots? The first couple shots were a little weird, but even though they shot hot, but they felt a little off. Definitely gonna need to Loctite this. This one I'd actually put red Loctite in here. I don't want this guy coming off. I don't know. Well, I don't know if I'd red. Okay, I'll blue Loctite it. I'm gonna clean that out. But okay, guys, we can build it. We can actually, it's workable. Do you have to do some work? Yes, you will have to do some work. If you guys need help, let me know. But man, I'm gonna go buy my EX right now. I'm gonna go get my EX. Okay. It's been crazy. This is extremely cool. Okay, and we already talked, and he said, let me show you guys what he said. So this is why I was like, I'm cool with him. This is what I want. I don't want him to mail back to me, because that's just unnecessary money. But I just want him to take pictures. Let me make sure I don't show everybody else. He said I can show this because it's like it's an alt account or something. Where's he at? Oh, there we go. Oh, and it only shows first name, so we're okay. Okay, so he said, I'll gladly put 20K rounds through it and send it back to mail back. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I want someone to run this into the ground. I don't want to sell this to a collector. This needs to be used and abused. Okay? I couldn't be happy with this right now. I think it's looking so good. I have a mind to say, hey Joe, sorry buddy, I'm keeping this. But anyways, I said I'd let it have him, and he's gonna get it. All right. We're gonna have to be careful on the inner barrel. I don't want him getting in trouble. 6-inch guys, man, you're skirting on edge if they spot check you, and I don't want him in trouble. So we need to be careful with that. The TNT was a 603. This is a freaking, I think this is a 598. I had to pull out this one. Yeah, this is not the right one. That's one of the ones I used. I'm pretty sure it's a 598, which I wouldn't get for him anyways. I'd get a 601 to be honest, but that might be too powerful as well, especially if we get this figured out. Okay, that's it guys. Now it's the waiting game. I don't know what the size are. I only have long right now. So if we need medium or small, we have to go pick up some. I'll probably check local because I want to get this done. I actually want this in his hands by next week, if possible. And so we can start getting him to test it and play with it. And then I need to pick up one for myself, and then maybe we'll build the WX since that was second place. Because now I'm really interested in see how these guys are running. So this is the first legit, as much 5KU parts as you could throw it minus the blowback unit. Okay, that will get us on video. We're gonna test that, try to play around with it. Didn't like the CCI nozzle, too loose, just absolutely too loose. That was the thickest O-ring on there. Okay. But this is pretty much budget. You can remember, you could save even more money by being even cheaper. But just remember, be prepared to do some work. 634. I bet you $100. You could knock off. Okay, we can knock off 100. So that puts us at 534. Add $6 for $20 for like a cheap plastic grip. Okay, 534. You could save money by using the KF steel stuff. Okay, so knock these two off, so that probably puts you down at 500. You could get a cheap inner barrel. Don't use the trigger bow. Okay, you're looking at, guys, like $400 probably. $400, and then you need to add tax and shipping. So that will knock you back up, obviously, but $400 for something that's kind of in the same realm of this. Okay, you know, obviously it looks sexy because it's got this full metal grip. I mean, oh, come on, man. And it's nice and light. You guys want to see how much it weighs? It feels like it's got to be like maybe 500, 600. Oh, there we go. 538 grams. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? 538. Come on, guys, that's light. That's light for a whole 6-inch setup. That's light. Nah, I'm done. This was exciting. This is really fun. Guys, it's crazy. Give 5KU a chance. Give it a chance. Be prepared to do work. Okay, it's not going to be all rainbows and sunshines. You might there'll be some times where you guys want to smash your head in the ground. Trust me, I've done it a million times. Okay, I cut myself earlier today with the X-Acto knife. I literally plunged it in there on accident. I was moving it, and but give it time. Take your time. Go slow, nice and slow. Put it on the music. I got my Samoan music on over there, full blasting, taking my time. The areas that needed the most work were the hammer assembly, Hopup unit. Next will be a blowback unit. Remember, Cal was 5KU. The 5KU blowback unit was a drop in here. Okay. And then the grip assembly needs work too. Okay, it doesn't like fat triggers, so if you have a fat trigger top bottom, you might be in a little trouble, especially if it's colored. The good thing is if you milled off the top and bottom or sand them, you're fine. No one can really see it unless you you try to. You can't even tell I milled this. Okay, you literally can't tell I milled it unless you look like close and you'll see it. Okay. And then remember, it's tight on certain mags, so you're gonna have to do some work on mags. Leaf spring needs a shim up. Okay, make sure it's nice and tight with the frame. Otherwise, your hammer will slip. Got it? If you need any other help, hit me up. Remember, we have probably about 1 to 2 more videos with this guy, and then we're done. We're getting this shipped out to him as soon as possible. I want him playing with this sucker by next week. And look at that. Go ahead and pause it, guys. I think we have everything on here. If I'm missing anything, I'll read the comments. I'll read the comments next video. Okay, I'll see you guys.